All right, before we move on to the next section, I want to show you how to use this page that I've put in Blackboard. It's your list of perfect square roots, cube roots, fourth roots, and fifth roots. And when we get to the section where we are simplifying roots, this page is going to come in handy. So I would suggest that you print it off so that you have an idea of your roots in front of you. It just helps you because the calculator is not going, a lot of times the calculator is going to give you a decimal answer for some of these. And so it's easier if you have the list in front of you for simplifying. So, for example, suppose we had the square root of 24. Okay, if I'm trying to find the square root of 24, that is not a perfect square. 24 is not a perfect square. So what I do is I come over here to my perfect square list, and I look down my list of numbers, and I'm going to see, is there a number that goes into 24? And I want to find the highest one. Well, 4 goes into 24 evenly. So I will say, okay, well, 4 times 6 is 24. Now, I can take the square root of 4 because the square root of 4 would be a 2. So I'll use a little arrow and I'll bring out the 2. I cannot take the square root of 6, so I circle it because it's going to stay. So I'm going to have 2 that came out and a square root of 6 that stays underneath. That's how you simplify the square root of 24. And we're going to do a whole bunch of these like this. When we do the next section, that'll be the next video. But I just kind of wanted you to have an idea how to use this chart. All right, so suppose I have a cube root this time. And I'm going to do the cube root of 192. Okay, well, you can see that 192 is not over here under the perfect cubes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 192 and I'm going to see if 8, 27, or 64 will go into it. 125 will be too high. So I'm going to take 192, I'm going to divide it by 8, and I'm just using my calculator to do that. It goes in 24 times. Okay, so 8's a possibility. But I don't know, 27 or 64 might work as well. So I'm going to try those. 192 divided by 27 does not go evenly. 192 divided by 64 goes evenly. So 64 is the biggest cube root that will go into 192, and that will go 64 times 3 times. All right, now I can take the cube root of 64, it would be 4. Anytime you're looking at the root, look over here at your base number, and that's going to give you the number. Ooh, my pen's going crazy. So the 64 is going to come off as a 4. My pen is going nutso. And then the 3, you can't take the cube root of 3, so it's going to stay underneath. So this is going to be 4 cube root of 3 for a final answer. Okay, that's how you use this chart. You try to find the number that's underneath. You try to find a number underneath it in the chart that will go into the number underneath the root evenly, and then you're going to break up that number underneath into the factors.